thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It's quite unusual to have someone like you, to be able to talk to someone like you. The one and only professional female drift car driver in Ireland,
yes.
Or in Europe.
The first and only in Ireland, and I'm among very, very few in Europe.
How did you start? Such an unusual thing to get into, especially for a girl.
Yeah, I think it really started, I was always into the cars, I was always into fast cars and performance, adrenaline junkie. And my parents had a haulage business, so me and my two younger brothers from the time we were kids, we were basically shown how to drive so that we didn't try get in one day and see how to move it ourselves.
So you got your driving license when you were what, 15?
When the legs could reach the pedals, I was driving.
And when did it become a competition? When did you start competing?
It came from me. I was always involved with the cars. I wish I could get into the rallying, but I could just never afford it. And then drifting started in Ireland about 10 years ago, and I just thought.
It's still not very known in Ireland, especially for a female driver. Do you struggle with getting yourself out there?
Yes, I mean, some people say, oh, you're a woman, oh, everything comes easy for you. Nah, I wish. No, I fight just as equal, if not harder than the guys, because, okay, I presume guys are maybe more natural, aggressive behind a wheel, but no, I've battled on and I've done really well in Ireland. So
but there's no other women, so you're constantly competing with men.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And what is the biggest achievement to date?
The biggest achievement for me was I won the Queen of Europe Championship in 2013.
And for those who are not very familiar, can you tell me a bit more about it?
The Queen of Europe is a drift championship that was started in 2013 just for ladies only. Okay. And obviously it's in Europe, it's a massive expense, it's a big commitment to even try consider, let alone do. But I went, I managed, I won it. There's very few women in Europe, but the girls that were out there have pretty awesome backing and pretty big sponsors. So, but at the end of the day, the driving ability spoke through.
But you also won a competition when you were competing only against men, I believe. What was that?
There's been a couple actually.
Come on.
I think...
give me the info.
The highlight for me was I was invited to attend an event in Malta. Okay. And this was basically the King of the Kings, which is obviously the cream of the crop.
How a girl gets into that?
I earned my place with the big guys, and like these are, as I say, these are top professional teams. They maybe have 6 to 10 guys running around a car with them. Me and my mum, we drove to Malta in the van and trailer with the car. We slept in the van the whole way down and up, and it was a mission. But we got to the event, I qualified 5th, and I actually had the fastest time of the drift initiation time. So even though I didn't win that competition, it was definitely one of the highlights of my career.
And what was that leading to now? Did it open doors to bigger events?
I'm still scouting, looking for sponsors, which in turn can hopefully get me to these bigger events in Europe. But for me personally, it was a mission statement to myself to say, okay, well, I can actually battle against these big guys with just me and my car.
Well, you can battle against guys, and I believe you can also win with broken legs. What's that all about?
I could write a novel. I could write a Hollywood blockbuster with the stories.
What happened?
I was only driving competitively for 2 years at this stage, and I was travelling to Portugal for a competition. It was my first international event. So we decided to drive. My car got stolen the night before we were to leave. So I found it the next night. So then, me being me, I decided, no, I can still make this event, so I'll just have to drive. I called a few friends, look, I need somebody to share the driving with me. There's no way I can do this drive alone, because it has to be non-stop for me to make this event. We got as far as Le Mans in France. I filled up the car with fuel. I changed the driver. He was in the car 25 minutes. He almost killed us on the road. We hit a truck. We hit the centre reservation. It was crazy. It's very, very scary. But I broke my foot in the accident. Luckily, there was another guy coming about 12 hours behind us. He collected us. I sat in the back of a car with no seats for 12 hours.
And went to...
Went to this event. I said to the organisers, I said, look, I'm coming, I'm driving. No, you're crazy, you can't drive. I said, if I can drive, I'm driving, if I get a loan of a car. So in the end, my persistence, they had to say, okay, if you can drive through the safety check, you can drive. That's all I needed. So I had the cast on my foot. It was actually my navicular bone that I broke. So I cut the cast with a hacksaw and the snips so that I could move my toes.
I don't know if you're driven or crazy.
Oh my God, it was
a bit of both.
The memories. But
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So when was that? Only...
This was, I think, oh my God, this was 5 years ago now.
Okay, so no crazy accidents since?
Not so much, but no, I think I came second in that event. So
wow, fair play, congratulations.
It was just crazy.
So Danielle, what's your day-to-day now?
Day-to-day, I work 8 to 6 each day. I actually work in a main dealer garage. I work as a service advisor, so I'm in my element.
Everything about cars.
Yeah, cars is my life.
Some women. And then weekends, do you practice? Do you just look for competitions where you can go and...
Well, for me, practice costs money, which isn't very sparingly at the moment. So normally the weekends is I'm either working on the car, making improvements to the car, or like last weekend I was in the UK trying to find some new sponsors at a big show.
How do you look for the sponsors? How can we help even if you are looking for sponsors?
I think from what I've experienced personally, it's a lot to do with people actually following and knowing my story, not just picking me because I'm a woman. I've gathered so much respect from people all around the world because I'm a one-woman team. I build my own car, I transport my own car, I race my own car, and I win in it. It's me and my mom. So,
fascinating. So what's mom's role in it?
Mom's role...
Just support, mental support.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times, it's like anyone else in everything. You always hit a brick wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get to the point you just want to pull your hair out and why do I do this? Why am I? We all have that. And I think the backbone without my mom in the beginning, she's the one that kind of drove me forward. She said, we'll give 1 year a go. We'll put everything into this year, see what happens, then we walk away. And this was the year I won the European Championships. So.
Wow, that's fantastic. And what about your brothers? Are they a bit jealous?
Are
they good drivers?
I think my brothers get a bit of slagging, they get a bit of stick. They're in Australia.
How old are they?
They're 25 and 6.
Okay.
They're in Australia, they emigrated 5 years ago. Okay. They do have cars, drifting.
They're not as good though.
They don't have the practice. I won't say they're not as good because I get a kick or something.
Fair enough. Well, we don't know anything about them anyway, so
they're great.
But they're fantastic. Danielle, thank you so much for coming. Where can we, before we finish, where can we find out about you? Is there a website we can follow you on?
Yeah, mostly I'm on Facebook, mostly between Danielle Murphy Drifting, or Instagram and Twitter with drift_queen1. Brilliant. We're working on the website at the moment, which will be announced on all social media very soon. Keep us posted with everything coming up, and we wish you best of luck. And I hope I see you very soon again after winning another competition. I hope. Let's go. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Women power. Yes. Thanks a million. Thank you very much. Thank you. Higher than you've ever been before. Walk through life.